Okay, super large coffee and a chocolate chip toffee pecan cookie. Happy Derby! Today is Derby, the Kentucky Derby. Big deal here in Kentucky. It's like a 2-minute horse race, but it's also a 2-week long celebration that started 2 weeks ago with Thunder over Louisville, which is like a humongous fireworks display, like humongous. Then we have like a bunch of concerts and races, and I don't even know all the stuff. And there's like a hot air balloon thing. And finally, the last week is like all horse races. And then on Saturday, first Saturday in May, which is today, the Kentucky Derby. We're going to celebrate by planting more potatoes. Should have been done a while ago. I don't care. We're doing it now. I need to move this. I hope there aren't snakes underneath it. just some bugs. That's good. Last time I did that, there were definitely snakes. So last night, my husband and I went on a date. Very rarely happens. And we had set it up ahead of time and completely forgot that it was like Derby weekend. Didn't make reservations anywhere. Rolled up to a restaurant and was turned away because we didn't have reservations. So finally we went to a place that's mostly locals that we were like, there's not going to be any Derby people there. So eventually some Oaks goers, Oaks is the race that happens on Friday, Derby's the one that happens on Saturday. So some Churchill Downs race Derby people showed up. And how do you know that they're from the racetrack? Because they're dressed like to the nines. So like men all wear suits and stuff, and the women wear dresses. And then you have to have a hat, a Derby hat. I feel like the Kentucky Derby is single-handedly keeping hat makers, hattiers, what's the name? There's a name for that. Hat makers like in business, because you have to wear a hat to Derby. You don't go to Derby without a hat. No. I was actually going to compliment this one girl on her hat, but someone else did it first. But they were like, I love your fascinator. So glad I didn't tell her that I loved her hat when it is in fact a fascinator, because that would have seemed very uncouth and uncultured and country bumpkin-esque. If you're wondering, a fascinator is like a tiny hat. I love your tiny hat. Does your compost pile look like this? So how do you know they're Derby goers and not just like tiny hat aficionados? Because they also had been drinking. Derby is basically a party, a sporting event, a gambling casino, and a bar mixed together. Seriously, guys, please move. So the Derby even has a signature drink that they serve at Churchill Downs, and it's called the mint julep. And I was thinking today, oh, that's something we could make because I have a ton of mint, except there's only one problem. I say something very controversial right now. Mint juleps don't taste good. I said it. So the first time I had one was at Derby. I'm not really too keen on repeating that experience. So that's another industry that Derby is keeping in business. The tiny hat industry and the mint julep industry. I did look up like a virgin mint julep recipe, but it was like mint lemonade. And I was like, no. Obviously you've never had a real one. If they tasted like that, people would like to drink them. So when I was in high school, I actually worked at Churchill Downs. Not like all the time, but definitely during like Derby time, they would hire high schoolers. And I actually really liked working there. First of all the people were super happy to be there because it's a giant party bar sports thing. They all tipped very well, and I got to see the races for free. Plus you got to be there like in the morning before anybody else was there and watch like the warm-ups and stuff like that. And I just thought it was really cool. Ta-da! Not enough for the zombie apocalypse, but that is what it is. Here's the mint. Oh man, just doing that, you just go. Oh, major hit of mint. Mint is one of those plants you have to be really careful with. If you plant mint in a pot, no. If I were to give you this sprig of mint and you brought it into your kitchen and put it in a glass of water, in about 10 days, your entire backyard would be filled with mint. Nobody knows how it happens. It just happens, okay? You do have to plant it in a contained area and try not to let it escape, because it will try to escape. Okay, so we won't make mint juleps, but if you want some mint, I'll give you some. You can either put it in some ice water, which is delicious, or in hot water, like a tea, also delicious. And other than that, that's like the only uses I have for mint. So actually, if you have any good recipes that use mint, that is not a mint julep, please share them with me, because I got a lot of mint and I don't have anything to do with it. I will watch the race as long as I can stream it, since we don't really have TV, and I'll just put this out there. Eventually, I will get a horse from an organization like Second Stride, which gives homes to retired race horses. And I'm just putting it out there because the more you put it out into the universe, the more the universe will work on getting that back to you. So, picture it, and see my pony, as well as some sort of kind, gentle draft cross for my husband and children. Let's make sure to put that in there too. So, have you ever been to Derby? Are you celebrating Derby? Did you even know what Derby was? Thanks for helping me plant my super late potatoes. And catch you later. My what? It's a fascinator. Uncultured swine. I love mint juleps. Everybody loves mint juleps. Why do you think we drink them? They're delicious. It's a tradition.